What's up, nieces and nephews? You are now tuned into a Safe Place podcast, a podcast for the culture, by the culture. We're diving into the culture of sports today. My guest knows firsthand what it means to be a student athlete and the ups and downs of that. So let's go ahead and get into the episode. Let's go.
You are now listening to a Safe Place podcast, Culture Unplugged, hosted by Auntie Kat.
And now we're diving into the 10 seconds with Auntie Kat. For the 10 seconds today, you guys, I want to talk about the new movie that came out, Bugonia, starring Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons. So if you have not seen this movie, please skip to the end of this segment because I'm definitely about to spoil it because the shit was crazy as hell. And today I'm still thinking about it and I'm still like, my mouth was wide open at the end of the movie. So the movie pretty much starts off with Jesse Plemons, who is a conspiracy theorist, and he has a brother. It's him and his brother. His brother has disabilities, and his mom worked for Emma Stone's company, or she like got sick by one of her products. I don't know what happened there. I'm still trying to figure that out. But somehow like she had a correlation with Emma Stone's business and got severely ill. And so Jesse Plemons thinks that Emma Stone is like the ruler of these aliens and that he has to kidnap her before the lunar eclipse in order to save the world. So everybody thinks he's crazy, of course, that he's psycho and something's wrong with him. So I'm believing that, you guys. I'm like, okay, this dude is crazy. He's just going through trauma from his mom being in the hospital. So he ends up kidnapping her. He holds her for like a couple days. His brother with the disability ends up dying, and then Emma Stone decides to take him back to her job where she works. I'm thinking that she's taking him there so he can get arrested because the staff is there. They're going to see him. They know she's been kidnapped. I'm really thinking that like she's just doing this to get out of a situation. So they go to the office because Jesse believes that the portal to go to her alien world is located in her cabinet in her office. So they get to the office, you guys, and I kid you not, she's like, okay, we're ready. You know, she's playing along with it now because I'm thinking she's trying to save herself. She's like, I'm the ruler. Now get in the closet and I'm about to teleport you. So 3, 2, 1, a bomb explodes in the cabinet and he ends up like his head explodes off his body. He ends up dying. It's looking like, you know, she was just trying to protect herself. The cops are going to come in and save her. So because of the impact of the bomb, she goes into a coma. She wakes up in an ambulance and she's like, is he dead? And they're like, yes. She proceeds to take out the oxygen mask, take out the things that are connected to her arm and walks back to the office, gets into the cabinet and ascends to space. So she was actually this alien that this motherfucker was talking about that we thought he was crazy. If you're following, I hope you guys are following me because this shit was crazy. When I tell you guys, I left with my mouth open because as you know, I talked about this in episode 1. They're saying like the aliens are coming. So the whole movie pretty much was like, the aliens are in control of us and we're in this big experiment now and that they're tired of, you know, the controversy going on and that they're coming back and to destroy the planet. And so at the end of the episode, we go to where Emma Stone's planet is and there's like this big bubble over the world they have in the center of their like chamber. And she takes her staff. I'm not making this up. I swear to God, I'm not. She takes her staff and she pops the bubble and everybody on the planet dies. They show scenes of office space where people are working. They're all dead. They show a daycare. All the kids are dead. They show like construction people working. Everybody's dead in the world by just a pop of a bubble. So pretty much insinuating that we're living in this one big experiment. Yeah. So, I suggest you go see it, but if you go see it, do not see it at night. I went to a 9:45 movie and I did not go to sleep that night. I would prefer you go see it during the day. But yeah, 10 out of 10. Acting was phenomenal. Emma Stone actually shaved her head for this movie. Girl, I hope you got the billions. But I like the bald look on you. And we done turned into 10 minutes, but that's my 10 seconds. And now we're going to get into the quote of the day. The quote I wanted to specifically be from someone in the sports world because my guest coming on knows firsthand what being a student athlete really means. And so for the quote of the day is by Jesse Owens. It's, "We all have dreams, but in order to make dreams come true into reality, it takes an awful lot of determination, dedication, self-discipline, and effort." What Jesse Owens is really saying here is that dreaming by itself is cute, but it's not enough. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to be at the top. When you don't feel motivated, dedication is staying locked in even when life is punching you left and right. And effort, that's the quiet work behind the scenes that nobody applauds in the moment, but everybody sees when it finally pays off. And my guest definitely is literally the epitome of that quote. Him not letting the adversities that he faced deter him off his goal and his path. Yeah, that's the quote of the day. All right, nieces and nephews, let's get into what's tea segment today, because the situation between Brenay and Akira has officially moved past TikTok drama and straight into documented reality. Here's what's been unfolding. Brenay and Akira were once extremely close. Their boyfriends were friends. The couples hung out together, and for a while, their bond looked unbreakable. Then everything flipped. So if you have a TikTok, you know Brenay. She has a twin sister. And I don't know at the time if her and her boyfriend were married or they were just together. But they started doing content. And then Akira and her husband joined them. And they would do like get ready with me's and like cooking for my husband or whatever. And it looked very innocent. Like the relationship they had was very friendshipy. It didn't look like anything like was going on. So, according to what's now been confirmed through public available court records, Akira recently accused Brenay of being involved with her husband. And instead of this staying a private fallout, the situation escalated all the way into the legal system. The court didn't just review the case, they ruled on it, and the outcome, Brenay was found liable and was ordered to pay Akira over $1 million. Yes, 7 figures. 1 million. But the drama did not stop there. When a reporter asked Brenay about the judgment, a clip had been circulating where she allegedly said Akira wasn't getting a dime.
Brenay said Akira would never see a single dollar of the $1.75 million. Those were her exact words. When the court announced the verdict, Brenay looked straight into the camera and said Akira wouldn't get a cent.
I don't know. But she'll probably never see it.
And that she had no intention of paying the compensation. Even after the judge's ruling, Brenay kept mocking Akira, calling her bitter, jealous, and broken.
Now, we all know when you are in a court proceeding and it is ruled that you are liable, you are guilty, and you owe someone money, if you do not pay them the money, your ass is going to jail. Okay? So I'm just going to leave that there. Leave that statement there. Okay, so the internet did what the internet does. They screenshotted, stitched, analyzed, and replayed that moment like it was a part of a Netflix special. But allegedly, one of the jurors was so disgusted with the readings of the text between Brenay and Akira's husband that she had to leave the courtroom. A friendship collapse, infidelity allegations, a legal judgment, and a very bold public statement in response. And while neither side is saying much directly on social media, the court documents and reporter clips have been doing the talking. And next, we're going to move into Finally Over It. We're going to talk about Summer Walker's new album that recently just came out. If I'm being real with you guys, I'd probably rate her album 6.5. I was talking to my friend the other day, and she was like, she had said that she needed to get London back on the track. Because I don't know, Summer, I feel like she has definitely matured in her music. This album that came out shows her versatility and how she can move in different genres, but it just wasn't giving. But I'm glad that she's definitely finally over it. Okay, so disc 1 consisted of, I think, 9 songs. Number 1 was Scars by Summer Walker. You have number 2, Robbed You, which is my favorite song. I love Mariah the Scientist. She's a Scorpio. I love her. Then you have No by Summer Walker. Go Girl featuring Lotto and Doja Cat. That is another one of my favorites. Baby featuring Chris Brown. That was okay. It was giving, but I was like, ah. Next is 1-800 Heartbreak featuring Anderson .Paak. Heart of a Woman, of course, we all love that song. And Situationships at number 8 with Just Summer Walker. And number 9, lastly, Give Me a Reason with Bryson Tiller. The fact that she got Bryson Tiller and Brent Faiyaz on one album is insane. The features are insane on this album, so shout out to her. This too is called For Worse. We got number 1, F&T, Just Summer Walker. Houseway featuring Sailor. Number 3 is Baller featuring Sexy Red, Glow Real, and Manolo. I want to shout out Manolo real quick because she has been doing the damn thing. Literally all her features that she has, all her songs that come out have been a hit. I don't know. I literally thought she was a Leo because she's always like big Leo, but she's a Taurus. But that song is really good. I like that song as well. Number 4, Don't Make Me Do It, Tempted by Summer Walker. Number 5, Get Your Boy featuring 21 Savage. I feel like any song that Summer Walker and 21 Savage do is going to be a hit. They literally flow together so well. And then number 6, Number 1 featuring Brent Faiyaz. Number 7, Stitch Me Up by Summer Walker. Number 8, Allegedly featuring Teddy Swim, which is like a little country vibe. And the last one, number 9, Finally Over It. So out of those songs, a good 5 or 4 or 5 that I like. Shout out to Summer Walker. Keep growing, girl. Your album overall was really good, and I will play those songs over and over again. And we are at the end of the What's Tea segment. All right, nieces and nephews, y'all are in for a treat today. We have someone who embodies strength, talent, and real life perseverance. Straight out of Greenwood, Mississippi, he became a force at Auburn University, shut down offenses in NFL, and delivered one of the coldest pick sixes in the SEC has ever seen. And baby, that's not even half of his story. So you guys, welcome Jermaine Whitehead.
What's up, man?
What's
How you doing?
up?
What's the word?
Before we start, I do have a gift for you. I did get you a shirt, and I got your size. I know you said a large. This is merch coming out in January, so it's not released yet, but thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. So here you go. It's just like my token of appreciation for you coming on and sharing your story. We're excited to dive into it. So first, we're just going to talk about like how we met, like how we know each other, how we came to become pretty much like family. Like, I know Chet Jr. did. Lauren for sure does. We kind of look at you kind of like a big brother. Mm-hmm. You're like a part of the family, like you, T-Bell, all y'all. Like,
yeah, for sure.
So just let's talk about how we met and how we came to know each other.
Yeah. I mean, so the big thing is, of course, your pops.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Chet for sure. But me coming to Auburn was, definitely way out my comfort zone. And Chet was, one of the guys who, just kept my faith and kept me grounded and, the things spiritually as well as athletically. Yeah. And, just me having that bond with him. I grew up in the church my whole life, so having that bond with him, getting next to him and seeing how he raised his kids. And y'all were so young at the time that, you know what I'm saying, I only could be a big brother, so it was always nice to have y'all around, and especially Chet Jr., him. And,
my goodness.
Him running
he
around.
Loved y'all.
Oh, man, him running around.
He loved y'all when he was acting like he had some sense.
Sure.
But yeah, that's definitely how we got to meet. And he was kind of like, so you're saying like my dad was kind of like someone that reminded you of home, like away from home.
For sure.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so we're gonna dive right into it. So first we're gonna talk about Greenwood, Mississippi. Tell us, how was it growing up in Greenwood, Mississippi?
At the time, you think it's the biggest thing in the world, right? You think, my problems are the biggest ones in the world, but as a kid, you don't really realize that these are problems that, my family is struggling or that it's hard to make it out or whatever. Yeah. But, it's a small town. We got 2 high schools, but very small, close-knit community. Everybody know everybody for sure type of thing. And,
sound like the South.
Yeah, definitely. One of those southern small towns for sure. But
like you could go next door like for some sugar or something. Or if you acting up, your neighbor could like whoop you or something like that. Yeah, that's how. Yeah.
I ate at all my friends' houses growing up, stuff like that. Yeah, for sure.
Cool. And like, so growing up there, in high school and like junior high, for me, like, when we didn't have nothing to do, because the South, there's literally nothing to do. It's literally like Friday night is sport, it's Friday night lights, the high school football games, and you got Saturday. But other than that, like we had like the skating ring and the mall. So like, what was the move for you growing up like in Greenwood? Where did y'all go? Did you ever eat at Ward's?
I never heard of Ward's. What's Ward's?
You don't know what Wards is? That's like the Mississippi.
Oh, no, I haven't been there.
You don't know what Wards is?
Nah.
Okay, Wards is like a fast food restaurant in Mississippi that I always see people trying, and I want to try it.
Really?
I can't believe that's the one thing I wanted to
My
ask.
people might judge me for not having that one.
Look, hey.
Yeah, but I mean, as a kid, you know, I never really got to leave my hometown, though.
Okay.
Like, I never been on trips, never been to different cities or states, you know what I'm saying, until I got to playing football. But growing up, it just was outside. That was our thing. Like, be outside, whether that's riding bikes, playing ball, you know, chasing the girls, whatever outside was. Like, when I was a kid, you couldn't come back in the house. Like, once you leave for the day, you drink out the water faucet type of thing. Like, so you couldn't.
Don't keep coming in and out my house. Don't be leaving
Grandma
that door.
and mom don't play that. Don't play that.
The flies will come in. Don't leave that door open.
Right.
I know that's right. Okay, so really, like, you were more outside playing and just trying to get into something like.
Yeah.
And usually, like, ain't nothing really to get into in some trouble. Yeah.
At a certain age, but before that, it was just all fun and games, right.
Okay,
but then at a certain age, you know, the wrong stuff can pique your interest.
Okay. So when did you know, like, okay, I'm good at football. Like, this is going to take me out. This is going to be my career. I need to take this shit seriously. Like, when did you know football was, like, your thing, your passion?
I kind of always been a sports guy. Like, growing up, I played every single sport there was. You know what I'm saying? Well, the main sports, baseball, basketball,
what position
football.
Did you play in basketball?
Basketball, I played point guard, shooting guard, small
I was going to say
forward.
something like that. I know you on the perimeter.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
But, yeah, just baseball, I played almost every position. So I'm athletically gifted at all sports. But football stuck just, you know, the guys that were before me that I saw playing in my neighborhood or at my school. And I just felt like, okay, I can learn from their mistakes and, you know, build on it and take it further. Like, the main thing that people don't make it out, my city or school for is grades. And, you know, my mom, didn't play about grades, but I became the valedictorian of my high school just because,
that's awesome.
Okay, you ain't going to say my grades ain't the reason I don't get a scholarship.
Football ain't, y'all didn't give me no free pass. I'm actually smart.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Okay, so you talked about how, like, the guys before you motivated you to want to, you know, keep pursuing it. Who motivated, was like a coach, or was it a certain, you know, player ahead of you in your high school? Who motivated you to, like, lock in, pretty much? Who put the fire in you and said, like, Jermaine, this could be something serious. I see talent in you. Keep going. Keep pushing.
Honestly, it was a conglomerate of people, from teachers to friends to, you know, people who I consider role models at that time. Two of the main being Thomas Moore, which is my best friend today, but just he was 4 or 5 grades older than me. Not 5, but 3 or 4 grades older than me. And, you know, just watching him go through it and take the criticism and wear it on his sleeve that we lost the game, or be the person that everybody depends on. I wanted to be that type of guy. And then my teacher, Mr. Golden.
Shout out, you said Mr. Golden?
Yeah.
Shout out to Mr. Golden.
For sure.
It's always that one teacher, man.
Yeah, he really changed my mindset.
Was he a science teacher or PE?
He taught history.
It's either history, science, the cool ones. You know what I'm saying? Where you can, like, go sit in a classroom when you're not in a class. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But he was super duper cool. But I mean, he just changed my mindset on, you know, how far kids in my area, the Mississippi Delta or Greenwood, could make it. And, you know, I always thought, hey, I'm gonna play football in high school, be one of the best, and drive the old school car, and that's gonna be my life. I'm gonna go work at the factory. You know what I'm saying? And he changed my mindset.
Wow.
Like, bro, you could do so much more if you put your mind to it.
Wow.
Literally.
Wow. So if you wasn't doing football, you'd be at the factory right now.
Oh my God. I do not want to think about it. Milwaukee too.
So I've known about, like, your career for a while, but I really did some deep dive into it. And I saw that you played defense and offense in high school. Is that correct? You were versatile.
Yes.
So pretty much you were never off the field.
Right.
What toll did that take on your physical and mental, like, knowing that you have to, okay, I'm on offense, then I got to switch my mental to defense, and then you are, like, the interception king. So, like, that's, like, I feel like you're not only talented physically in football, but your IQ of football, you know, that comes with what you said, that valedictorian.
Right.
So how was that playing both defense and offense?
Number one, it was fun. Number two, I knew I could impact the game on both sides. And yeah, it took a toll on my body. Like Friday nights, I was in the cold tub or in the ice bath.
I bet.
Tore it up. Like Saturday, couldn't walk. Sunday, I finally started getting back.
High school, they play you like till you, till you about
to pass out. And, yeah, but it just was all I knew at the time, right? Because the guys before me did it. Like my high school football team, we probably only had 40 people, and you know, and all of them weren't that good.
So you kind of had to step up as that motivation for the team. Like, to get
definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
So what would you say you feel more comfortable in, like when you were playing? Is it offense or defense? What do you say you feel like you're more dynamic in? Is it both, or what do you feel more like is your speed?
I'm more dynamic, really offensively.
Okay.
But I have such a ego, and I noticed about myself that I wanted to play defense, and I'm very versatile and dynamic at defense as well. But offensively, like if I touch it, we probably gonna score.
Yeah.
In high school,
I know that's right.
Sure.
Okay, so you're in high school, you're playing offense and defense. You're starting to get into those high grades. You're becoming a sophomore. You're becoming a junior. You're starting to open into the world of college football. What was like your indication? Okay, I'm going to D1 or I'm going to Auburn. When did you know like I'm going up the road?
I mean, I can remember just being at those camps and coaches just coming over to talk to me out of this group of 50 or 60
sorry,
kids.
can I say something?
Go ahead.
I used to love those camps because, y'all, they would have, like, all the fine niggas out there. And I used to go out there, like, because my brother it was on the soccer field.
Yeah,
the old Auburn soccer field. And I used to go out there because my brother used to want to go with my dad would just be walking through there. And so my brother would go because he would actually want, like, sometimes they would let him participate.
Yeah.
Man. Okay, continue. Sorry.
But just after making a certain play, though, coach is coming over me like, "Hey, what school you go to? What grade you in? What's your GPA?" And then them asking me for film and things like that. Then I got my first offer probably 10th grade.
Okay.
And after that, they probably.
What was your first offer? Was it?
My first offer was Mississippi State.
Okay.
Mississippi State. Yeah, and
so if it wasn't Auburn, where do you think you would? What was your?
Oh, that's a tough question.
Yeah.
That's a tough question because I wanted to go to Mississippi State, right? But see, I only wanted to go if the guys in my state were going to Mississippi State.
Okay.
Right. And all of those guys ended up wanting to go to Ole Miss at the end of the day. And me and Ole Miss kind of just got this love-hate relationship. We're really hate, but
everybody hates Ole Miss.
Right. And I just couldn't see myself at Ole Miss. So I remember coming off my Auburn visit and telling my coach, like, this is really the best school for me. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of held it to the chest and was like, bro, you gotta do what's best for you, right? And I did that and got to live a great career off that.
Yeah, an awesome career. Okay, so we're gonna read some stats of Jermaine's career. So in 2011, he was a freshman, and if I'm wrong, please correct me because sometimes the internet be just saying shit.
Internet, wow.
But I got the real source right here, so we gonna get corrected. So freshman year, you had 31 total tackles, and mind you, every season he had an interception. By the way, I'm just gonna drop that. So clock that T. 31 total tackles, 1 interception. You were an immediate impact as a young starter. Your 2012 sophomore year, you had 86 total tackles, 2 interceptions. You became a major part of Auburn secondary. 2013 junior BCS national championship season, 65 total tackles, 6 pass breakups, 2 interceptions. You were a key defensive contributor during Auburn's historic run to the Natty. And then your senior year, you didn't stop. You had 36 total tackles, 2 interceptions. You provided a veteran leadership and versatility at both safety and corner. You had a dynamic.
Yeah. Well, that last one was wrong. So I had 6 my last year. 6 my last year. See, I changed numbers, so I got in some trouble. We could talk about that. I got in some trouble my senior year.
Wait, 6 interceptions?
My senior year. Yeah.
Okay, so not 2.
Yeah.
Okay, 6 interceptions your senior year, and you were a veteran. Like yeah. Okay, and some of your highlights is you were a member of Auburn's 2013 SEC championship. You played in the 2013 or 20? No, you played in the 2014 NCS National Championship, correct?
BCS, yeah.
BCS, sorry. Y'all, I'm a girl. Just bear with me. I did a lot of research for this episode, okay? Okay, so known for your clutch turnovers, including a signature pick six, Auburn's fans literally still talk about to this day. Versatile player who lined up as safety, nickel, and corner. What is a nickel?
It's like a slot corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So I want to just, we're going to be a little bit all over the place, and I want to talk about the moment that you did get in trouble. But I want you to take us to 2013. It's the Iron Bowl. It's a night game. It's loud as hell, because you know how that stadium is in Auburn. That it is, y'all, growing up, going to that stadium, like my mom used to, when I was young, we used to have to put earplugs in our ear because of how loud. It was so, and Chet Jr. had them big old headphones. Like, it was so loud. It's loud as hell. It was 1 second, right?
Yeah.
28-28.
Yeah.
You remember Bree?
Yeah,
Gardner?
yeah.
Me and Bree on the field.
Yeah.
We're like, y'all going OT. There's no way. There's no way that they're going to make the kick, because we knew that the kicker couldn't kick that long. We knew that wasn't. Take us to that moment. What were you thinking? Like, did you think you were going to win? Did you feel like we're going OT? Or did you know, oh, yeah, we're finna shock the nation?
Yeah, so that's one of the greatest plays in Auburn history, for real.
Yeah.
Chris Davis returned that kick, actually, and
all right, here we go. 56-yarder. Does not have the leg. And Chris Davis takes it in the back of the end zone. He'll run it out to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards.
Just being in that moment, we
like over 100 yards.
Yeah, 109 or something like that. But we knew that the kicker had blocked maybe a field goal or two early in the game, so we thought we had a chance to block it.
Was he kicking, or was he just like? He was doing a punt? Was he just like y'all were running it back, or was he trying to score?
Yeah, he was trying to score. It was a field goal.
Okay.
Yeah, he was kicking a field goal, and we knew we blocked one or two, and then we knew that he didn't have the leg to make that kick. Right, so we called a timeout, and on the sideline, we just kind of came up with a game plan to make a wall on our sideline, let our punt returner Chris Davis go back there and be dynamic as he is, and he had been making those type of plays all year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just not on the Iron Bowl scale, but when he got that chance, he made it. And I just remember running down the field and looking at all the people rush the field like, wow, this is, not thinking it's going to be a forever Auburn moment, but like, wow, we really won this game.
Yeah.
It
took me like 2 seconds to be like, oh, like, and then I honestly think can you do your little.
So that dance was the nay at the time.
I knew it was.
And we were really doing that dance.
I really think you distracted. I think you were the reason why that kicked it, because literally I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's
can you do it?
Oh my God.
Okay, so very emotional, very high intense moment. I'm like the crowd atmosphere. I was in the crowd. When I tell you, like, chills just talking about it. That moment was very, and it what keeps us fans. I'm not gonna lie, because being an Auburn fan is hard out here.
Hard.
It's hard out here. I've been an Auburn fan my whole life. That's literally the play that keeps us going.
Right.
And every year they bring that play back, because it just fires up the season. Like it really gives the season energy. So, okay, so now we're gonna jump. Thank you for sharing that awesome moment.
No problem.
Now we're gonna jump into the incident where got into a little trouble, and then we're gonna talk about some of the trials that you faced while at Auburn.
Yeah.
What were some things that you experienced, and who helped you persevere through those moments?
Oh man, just at Auburn, it was up and down, right? I've lost teammates to murders. I've lost friends and things like that, and just being there at Auburn definitely grew me up in real life.
Yeah.
Not just football, but in real life. But my senior year, coming into it, I just kind of made my mind that I'm gonna do kind of pretty much what it takes to get drafted or be a marketable guy for the NFL, right?
Yeah.
And my coaches didn't like that I, had a selfish mindset in that way. But in my mind, if I play good, we play good, and we win, right?
Yeah.
It all just trickle down, right? But they kind of didn't see it that way. Thought I was leading the younger guys to be more selfish and things like that. And it ended up having me suspended for about 6 games. I got into it with a coach, just about my goals and what I wanted to do for myself. I'm like, we got a problem with my goals?
Yeah.
But
and at the end of the day, you're a man. Like, you're not just a student athlete. You're a man.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, getting through that was definitely a tough time. But my guys that were gone at the time, T-Bell, Chris Davis helped me out a lot. The guys shout out T-Bell for sure. The guys that were there, Big Jeff, Posey, the whole team really was on my side. They knew that I didn't do nothing that could that was a cause of that. Maybe I could go push boards or run laps or do something like that, but it didn't call for me to be suspended for 6 games, right?
Yeah.
But just and then for sure your pops, like I sat in his office probably every day, like because my senior year I had already graduated, so I really was just taking classes just to be eligible. Okay. And so I was in his office most of the time, just we going through that word, and that's definitely when I picked up on them Bible scriptures and having them stick in my heart. But so just fighting through that tough stuff, just growing up as a man. Yeah.
That's awesome testimony, just pushing through, and that's that perseverance that I was talking about when I introduced you. Like your whole career, you just pushed through, and you didn't let the adversities like stop you from reaching whatever goal you had, or even inspiring the next person. Right. So talk about just a little bit. We're almost at the end, so just talk about. So you crossed Kappa at Auburn, right? I was at your pro break, by the way.
Really?
You were bald. Were you bald?
We were all bald.
I said, "Look at this milk done." But I went with Miss Tasha.
Okay. Sure, I do. Okay.
Yeah. And so talk about that experience, being in a brotherhood and having like a family outside of the Auburn family, being able to integrate into that, like. Because, the black community at Auburn is pretty small. So, but you guys are like one big family. So how was that, being able to integrate into like the world of like Greek life?
It's kind of crazy because I came out of high school. I was in Kappa League all through high school.
Oh, really?
I really was.
Okay.
And my thinking...
it was destined to be.
Right.
Okay.
But, I thought in my mind I was going to go to a HBCU, either for football or just to go, and I was going to pledge earlier, but I waited until my junior year to cross Kappa at Auburn, and just seeing that community, going to those parties, going to those events was just like some of the best fun I had.
I was a junior in high school, senior in high school, going to...
You weren't supposed to be there.
People telling my sister, "Hey, Caitlin out here." And did y'all used to snitch on me?
Not really. A little. Okay. No, we just used to watch out for you, though. I might say I'm telling you, but I'm just really watching out, like I do now.
I was scared, like my dad was gonna find out. That was my big concern. I was like, now Dad, I'm sorry, but no, I was outside for sure. Okay, so let's transition to the NFL. So year 2015, you went undrafted. Talk about that experience going undrafted.
So definitely my senior year hurt my stock, me being suspended for those 6 games. Yeah. But it was eye-opening. I didn't even understand undrafted free agents. I didn't know how many players actually become greats as an undrafted free agent. And to this day, that's something I kind of look back on like, oh, I should have relished in that moment. Instead, it did a little bit, made me a little bitter. And I played so angry, and I was so mad at the time. Like, it was a really depressing time for me. But being undrafted, just because I knew I had 9-10 career interceptions, I knew I started 4 years in the SEC. Like, how do I not get
veteran?
Drafted? Right.
Yeah. So, your first team, you signed with the Green Bay Packers.
So I originally signed. That's the first team that I got real stats with. But the first team I signed with were the 49ers.
Okay.
Yep. Then I went to Baltimore for a little bit. So my first year I spent on practice squad, which is basically just you practice with the team, but you don't play on Sunday. And I got to Green Bay my second year, and that's kind of when things started to get the rolling for me.
How was that transition from going to playing like every game at Auburn and then having to kind of like not like sit in the back, but kind of just not really touch the field like you wanted to? How was that? Like, I know it was humbling. But how was that experience?
It can eat you up inside, right? But you know, that's when you understand, like, it's really politics, you know what I'm saying? The people that got drafted gonna get more opportunities than you. The people that making the money gonna get, they can mess up. You can't mess up.
Yeah.
Right? And that's when I became really a perfectionist. Like, I knew I couldn't mess up. I knew that if I was on the second or third team, I'm gonna make them all look good, like we the first team, right? And in my mind, like Joe Witt was one of my coaches, and he'll tell, yeah,
that's cool.
And he tell me to this day, like, bro, you carried the 2s and 3s like they were 1s.
Okay, so and then did you play with the Cleveland Browns as well?
I did.
Okay,
I did.
Now I did do a little dive on that, and you had a strong defensive performance that season that you played with them, correct? Okay, and then after that, what happened? What made you kind of just say, okay, this is not really for me. I want to try something different. What was that change, that flip of I want to go a new direction?
So I did have a little mishap when I was in the league after one game. Like I said, I was just kind of so irritated with, you know, just how things were going. My timing and turn, it really wasn't in my power. And, you know, I should have leaned more on my faith because at that time, really. But after everything went down, I kind of just knew I wanted to get into my field, which is accounting. So I ended up going to get my master's at Syracuse. And
what did you get your undergrad in?
Accounting.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
They tried to force me out of there too. They like, you don't need to be in. That's hard. You don't need to do that. And I'm like, I'd rather do accounting than play football, right?
And that's where money at.
Yeah, so I went to get my master's, and now I'm a CPA. So
wow, congratulations!
Appreciate it.
Wow, that's awesome.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so you got you said your MBA, right? And you have your CPA. So what is your future aspirations for that, and what are your future goals for Jermaine Whitehead? What are you looking for in the future right now?
Well, as an accountant, just growing in the finance space. Right now, I'm a senior accountant, but, you know, becoming a controller, becoming a CFO, then, you know, a CEO. It don't have to be a major company, but of a small business that I could grow. Just using my understanding of finance, things like that. But personally, you know, I got the goals of starting a family, got the goals of investing. And
I was going to ask, because we get into the tea on here. Are you single right now? Are you dating?
I'm dating right now.
Okay.
Dating.
Ladies, so you hear that? We're going to get his socials. Ladies, slide on them DMs, okay? He is dating, okay? So want to start a family, want to dive into your career and kind of settle down and raise some kids. And so how many kids you want? You want boys, girls? What you
it don't matter, but I definitely want one boy and one girl for sure. But
I could see you being a girl dad
for sure.
Like, you give like my dad's vibes. Like, you need girls because you're gonna pour into them and love them and spoil them and protect them. So. Well, we're at the end, and I could, you know, we could talk all day.
For sure.
And we don't went past the time and everything. But it's okay. It's okay. The conversation was good. And so I just wanted you to leave just giving advice to any young black male out there, athlete, non-athlete, who has a goal in life, wants to achieve something, even if they're, you know, of any race, and they want to achieve something and they feel like it's just not going to work out. What advice do you have for them as far as like perseverance and pushing through to achieve that goal? Because your career is all about pushing through, not stopping, keep going, perseverance, and letting, like, being okay with change. Because you had a little changes in your route, but you're still like rising to the top. So what advice do you have for any young male out there?
The you know, the best way I can put it is be moldable. Because life has curveballs, right? Like, you might see yourself going up this straight path to plan B or plan A, but you might have some detours on the way, right? But those detours are going to teach you a little bit more about yourself, as far as perseverance, as far as self-worth, as far as understanding situations with other people, how to deal with people. So it's just those things you got to go through and grow through, and just be moldable. You know, that God is trying to refine you, for sure.
Yeah. All right, you guys. So we are at the end. Thank you so much for coming. And if you could just share your socials, your Instagram tag, and do you have like a business page or anything?
I don't have a business page yet, but
it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay, shout out your social for us.
So on Instagram, J2 Whitehead. That's really the only social I'm on. I do a little bit of Facebook, but that's really for my hometown. I just inspire.
I love that Facebook.
Yeah, but
and ladies, remember he's single. Okay, get in them DMs. Okay,
don't be fighting.
I'm weak. Thank you for coming. And with that being said, you guys, we are at the end of the conversation segment, and now we're going to go into the verse of the day. And now we're going to jump into the verse of the day, Jeremiah 29:11. You know this verse. This was my dad's favorite verse. Literally growing up, and he really, when he was a chaplain at Auburn University, that was his number one verse that he would tell his players to literally live by. And that verse says, "For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." This verse speaks directly to purpose. Even when the path doesn't make sense, even when it's like you don't know what the heck is going on, everything just seems like it's like you're suffocating. God, knowing that God has a future for you is motivation and enough to just keep going and find your purpose. Again, this was my dad's favorite verse, and it's sticked with me my whole life. And yeah, that's the verse of the day. So we are at the end of the episode. This has been an awesome episode, you guys, from the What's Tea to the conversation, having Jermaine on. I can't tell you guys how much it means that you're supporting this movement, this podcast, coming in, viewing, sharing, subscribing, subbing. It means so much to me. And I can't wait to continue with this and just see, again, where this episode is going. We got special guests that are coming that are going to be even more dynamic than before. So keep locking in, keep staying tuned in, keep sharing. So with that being said, you guys, we are at the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed episode 4, Faith, Football, and Finding Purpose. Again, my name is Auntie Kat, and I'll see you on episode 5. Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to the Safe Place Podcast. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on all platforms. We're back every other Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with your host, Auntie Kat. Follow us on Instagram. Links in bio.